My 6-year-old picked up the mallet and banged it against the metal singing bowl. Despite his lack of grace, a beautiful, clear chime sounded out across our kitchen. I instantly felt myself relax, and we closed our eyes. This is the routine that we do every night, well, most nights at dinner in my family. And the idea is that you ring the singing bowl, and then you close your eyes, and you listen. And you keep listening until you can no longer hear the chime. And then you open your eyes and you wait patiently for everyone else in the family to open their eyes. So this is the habit that we are in, the tradition that we have in my family to help us calm before a family meal. So I was thinking recently about this calming exercise, about this grounding exercise that we do before dinner, and how it does have that calming effect. And I've also been thinking a lot about you all, my SLPs, my SLPAs, all of you who are working with children with communication challenges. And I've been thinking a lot about how do we try to get through the rest of the school year when everything is chaotic and hectic and stressful. And how can I help you get through those therapy sessions in an easier way? So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a new tool that I came up with as a result of all of these various thoughts and ideas that I just put the finishing touches on. And so I'm going to give you guys a tour today. Hey, Tiffany, welcome. Basically where this came from was this need to create some sort of a simple tool that you guys could use to run your therapy sessions. And as I was building this, it was also what I needed when I'm running therapy sessions. I wanted to see if we could have a single page that housed everything we needed right there on the screen, so you don't have to go gathering materials and printing and prepping and doing all of this extra work. And I also really wanted to try to figure out how to structure our sessions in a way that we could tap into the psychology that helps children calm down before their session and continue their motivation throughout to try to finish strong. And so I've been doing a lot of reading on psychology. I've been doing a lot of exploring and experimenting and trying different tools. And I think I have something really cool. So I put all this together into an AI-powered virtual therapy table. That's what I'm calling it. And I'm going to give you guys a tour right now. So Daniela and Tiffany, welcome. Thanks for hopping on live. I know I didn't schedule this one ahead of time, so probably a lot of people didn't know I was going to go live, but I am going to share my screen with you guys so that you can see what I'm doing, except I don't have it up yet, so I have to pull it up. If you are listening to this podcast after the fact and you would like to participate in our live recordings, you can hop over to hub.speech-and-language-kids. That's where you can join our live recordings inside the hub, but it's also where you can find the virtual therapy table, which is now live. So let me pull that up. All right. So the virtual therapy table is a page you're going to open when you start your sessions, and you're going to have everything that you need on there aside from the teaching materials. And so for our SLK curriculum, our teaching materials are our goal packets. You find the skill that the child's working on, you print off the packet, you stick it in their folder, and you have all the teaching materials you need. And so what the virtual therapy table is going to do is to give you the structure for your sessions and the tools you need to do the practicing and the keeping it fun and engaging, right? So our virtual therapy table starts with step 1, ring the chime to begin. So just like I was explaining my family routine at the beginning of dinner, we have a singing bowl right here on your virtual therapy table that you can ring to help do this grounding exercise. So you're going to ask everyone to close their eyes. You're going to ring the bell, and then you're going to tell everybody to keep their eyes closed and listen really hard until they can no longer hear the chime. And once they can no longer hear the chime, they open their eyes and they wait silently until everyone's eyes are open, because some people are going to be able to hear it longer than others. Okay, so here's what this sounds like. Are you ready? So you can hear it fades over time. And so that's a really nice way for you to start your sessions. It's always right there on the screen. And so what we're doing is we're giving a sense of predictability to our students and some consistency. We can still do fun activities throughout our sessions. We can change it up every day. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing. But if we give these little anchor points to our students, to our clients, they're going to have that little bit of boost where they say, yes, this is what I'm doing now. The sound will trigger, hopefully, in them that sense of calm that I feel when I start dinner with my family because they're used to this routine. Okay, so that's right on the virtual therapy table right up at the top. Then when you scroll down a little bit more, it says step 2, teach from your goal packet. Okay, so this is where each student will have a goal packet, or maybe each group will be working on one. And so you'll get out that paper material because we know that students learn better on paper. They retain things better and they learn things better when we are using paper materials. There's a lot of research that is showing this, and I have another podcast that I did on that. But we're going to pull out that paper packet that they're working on, and we're just going to open up to the front page or whatever page they're on, and we're going to teach that skill or reteach that skill. Now, again, we're going for consistency, right? So if every day they know we ring the bell and then we go over what's on the top page of their packet, then that provides that consistency. And we keep working on that page of the packet until they've mastered it. Then we tear that off, we send it home, and we work on the next page. Our goal packets are progressive. So they are designed to help you teach the skills that they need to master that goal one step at a time. And so whatever the step is that's on top today, we go over and we teach it. That might be 30 seconds of just running through the skill again. It might be 20 minutes of working on that. But however long that takes, you teach from the packet. And then step 3 is we're going to do some fun. So here are all the fun things that I have located for you on your virtual therapy table. So the first one is a themed activity of the day. So you will see, if you are in here with me live, this is our April Showers speech challenge. This is going to be a themed worksheet that you can print off every day for your clients that you're seeing that day. If any of them are at the right level that this makes sense, then you guys aren't seeing this. Here we go. Then you're going to print this off for each of them. This themed activity is going to change every day. So you have a new, fresh activity. But the cool thing about this is I'm not giving you extra work. What I'm doing is giving you an activity that will allow you to work on any skill that they have, but it will keep it fun because this activity gives them something to do while they're practicing. Okay, so this one is raindrops because it's April showers. And you're going to roll a 20-sided dice and you're going to have them do whichever challenge they roll. So if they roll a 7, you say, tell what you would do on a rainy day inside, practice your skill the whole time. So you can have them practicing their sound, using their grammatical marker that you're working on. You can do this in between if it doesn't really apply to the skill that they're practicing. So you could have them practice and then do one of these for fun on the in-between. But it's just a fun little challenge. And then there's raindrops they can color in for each challenge they complete. So the idea of the themed activity of the day is just to give them something to do and to give you something that you can print out and hand to them so that you feel like you are prepared for the session if that feels good to you. If you don't want to use this material, totally optional. Also, if you're thinking to yourself, well, Carrie, I don't have a 20-sided dice to roll, unlike Carrie Clark, who has a lot of 20-sided dice, then we're going to go back over to our virtual therapy table here, and you will see that there is a dice roller. And so I don't know if you can hear that. Hang on. So each time you click on the dice, it rolls it and it generates a random number between 1 and 20. So you can have your students roll the dice that's right here on the virtual therapy table, and then they'll have that printed worksheet in front of them where they can do the challenge, practice their skill, or you can just have them practice their skill this many times. You can say, I want you to practice your skill 20 times or 11 times or whatever they rolled. And then that's just a fun way to keep them engaged while they're practicing their skill over and over again. Okay, so you have a themed activity of the day and a dice roller right there on the virtual therapy table. Below that, you have a live prompt generator. Okay, so this is instead of having all of the different articulation cards, all of the super duper WH question cards, all of these stacks of materials that are taking up space in your room. You can create those prompts live during your session with our generator. And so all you do is you type in the skill that they're currently working on from our packet. So let's say they're working on using pronouns he and she and short phrases. You type that in. You select which type of prompts or materials you would like. Do you need a word list, a list of sentences, a short story, an image, a social scenario? And then you can put in optionally a topic or a theme that's interesting to the client. So if they love Minecraft, you can put in Minecraft and you can pick an age. And then it is going to generate that for you right there on your virtual therapy table. So let's say we're working on those pronouns in, what did I say, short phrases? Was that what it was? Yes, short phrases. So let's run through what our session looks like so far, right? We ring the therapy bell. We get everybody focused. We get out the packet. We practice. Remember, if it's a boy, we say he is blank. If it's a girl, we say she is blank. We practice the ones on the page, and then we say, okay, now we're going to practice some more. So I can use my live prompt generator to generate a list of sentences that include he and she, or a picture of some boys and girls doing things so that we could practice describing that. And then we're just going to use that material to practice the skill. When we get bored of that, we can just hit submit again and get an entirely new list. We could put in a different topic. And so we can customize this to whatever they're interested in that day, which we know when we tap into their interests, they're going to be more likely to participate. And then we can also use that same list that we just generated with our dice roller. So we can roll our dice and have them practice number 8 from the list and just make it random that way so it's a little more fun. Or they can be using the themed activity of the day. So they can practice, whatever the challenge is for this. If it's stand on one foot and practice your skill, they can stand on one foot while saying the next sentence, right? So again, we're just giving them a reason to stay engaged while they continue to practice their skill over and over again. All right. So I will specify here, we've had a lot of people with our AI-powered material generators wanting to save them and print them and put them in files and keep these materials. I want you to skip the filing cabinet on this. What we're trying to do is break this habit of you feeling like you have to have a new exciting thing printed and prepared and then stored somewhere for every session. That leads to overwhelm, it leads to clutter, it leads to all of these stressful habits that we get into as SLPs because we're just trying to find the right tools. So the virtual therapy table, think of it more like a whiteboard, okay? You're putting something on the board that's going to help them practice the skill, but then you just get to erase it, all right? These are meant to be used in the moment, not saved for later, and then you can just generate fresh ideas each session and leave the clutter behind, okay? So that's what the live prompt generator is for. And then the last thing on this page is the end of your session. So those of you who are in here with me live, hey, Amy, welcome. You can see that there is a big red done button at the bottom of the page on your virtual therapy table. So the idea here is that you can motivate your clients to keep working all session long because when they're done, they're going to get to hit the done button. And I'm going to play it for you. Those of you who are not with me live, if you're listening to this as a podcast, I will tell you there are fireworks happening while this is playing. So here we go. So there you go. There's a super fun video at the end that has fun music and fireworks. And it's just a really simple way for us not only to trigger another psychological response of, oh, okay, now we're done working. We've done it. We closed that loop, but also to give them something to work for because then they get to push the button to make the fireworks happen at the end. Okay. So this is my new AI-powered virtual therapy table. It's got everything you need to run your sessions, and it works right alongside our SLK curriculum where you will have the goal packets that they're working on, and then you'll be able to use the virtual therapy table to keep it fun and engaging. So I love this. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. Those of you who are with me live, do you have any questions about it? You can pop those into the chat. But this is available now inside our SLK curriculum. You can go to hub.speechandlanguagekids.com. A membership or a subscription to get the full curriculum, it's $985 as a one-time payment. However, if you just need to try it out or you just need it for a limited time, you can sign up for $50 per month or $500 per year. And that will give you access to everything, including our virtual therapy table, but also more than 100 different goal packets that we have covering all different goals of speech, language, social communication, fluency, all of that's included, plus the core language program, which is a 16-week oral language intervention that will allow you to teach all language skills from one grade level in 16 lessons. So all of that's included with the curriculum. I hope you guys try out our virtual therapy table and give me some feedback, some comments. We're going to continue to improve this as we go along. But I'm super excited. I think this is a great tool that's going to help you guys run easier sessions and help your clients focus and give you some guidance as well so that you feel like you have a structure to your sessions that's repeatable. All right. I'm going to end it here for now. I don't see any questions. So if you guys have questions, hop into our discussion board, ask away. And also, I hope to see you guys tonight, Monday, April 6th. We are going to be doing our live free event tonight at 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That's going to be our Survive the School Year event. We're going to be talking about some great tips to help you survive your school year and make the most of this end of the year times that are often hectic, but we're going to get through it just fine because we have each other and you guys have my tools. All right. Bye for now. We'll see you on the next episode of the Speech and Language Kids podcast.